Nintendo has finally given us all the info on its new console, the Switch 2. During the hour-long direct, there was a lot of info to take in, so we've done our best to distill everything down to all of the key info you need to know. From new games such as Mario Kart World, and what looks like a spiritual sequel to Bloodborne, to the release date and all-important price. Here are 95 new details about the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's start with the big one. We finally now know that the Nintendo Switch 2 will arrive on June 5th, 2025. It will be available to pre-order on April 8th in the UK and Europe, but one day later on the 9th in the US. The Switch 2 is a larger version of the original hybrid console, with the screen measuring 7.9 inches, a considerable increase compared to the Switch's 6.2 inches. The screen itself is a 1080p LCD monitor, with double the amount of pixels of the original screen. It also supports HDR, high definition range, and 120 FPS for an even smoother gameplay experience. 4K resolution will be available on Switch 2 when docked and when a suitable TV is connected via HDMI. The new dock also has a built-in fan this time around. The Switch 2 comes with 256 GB of internal storage, a mammoth 8 times the amount of space the original came with. If you simply have too many games and need even more room, microSD express cards are the only type that can be inserted for extra storage. Frustratingly, original Switch microSDs won't work. The Switch 2 will also be using a new type of game card. They're red as opposed to their predecessors grey, and have a faster reading speed. The audio capabilities of the Switch 2 appear significantly improved, with better quality speakers allowing for increased range, as well as 3D audio available when using headphones. Now we'll be able to hear that blue shell coming for us directly from behind. There's also a built-in microphone on the top of the console that comes into its own when using the Switch 2's brand new game chat feature. More on that later. It also possesses 2 USB-C ports, one on the bottom, just like the original Switch, and one on top to make charging easier when in tabletop mode, or if you want to take advantage of the new Nintendo Switch Camera 2 accessory. The Nintendo Switch 2 camera will be available on the same day as the console. It'll cost $49.99 or £49.99, and can be used to put your face into games, such as Mario Party Jamboree, or as an overlay when playing with friends. The Switch 2 Joy-Con connects magnetically to the console via the bigger, metallic SL and SR buttons, and also has larger analog sticks. Each Joy-Con can also be used as a mouse too. Some examples of games that have been shown to use this functionality are Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Civilization 7. A new Pro Controller will also be available for the Switch 2. It comes with programmable GL and GR buttons on the grips and will be available for $79.99 or £74.99. Other official accessories revealed at the time include Mario Kart steering wheels, a Switch 2 carry case, and an all-in-one carry case that can store and carry all equipment needed to play in TV mode. This includes the Nintendo Switch 2 system, Nintendo Switch 2 dock, Joy-Con 2 controllers, various cables, and up to 6 game cards. Amiibo also make their return and are confirmed to be compatible with the Switch 2. 3 new Street Fighter Amiibo, Luke, Jamie, and Kimberly, are due at the console's launch. The standard Nintendo Switch 2 console costs $449.99 or £395.99, and come with the following in its box: a Nintendo Switch 2 console, Joy-Con 2 controllers, left and right, Joy-Con 2 grip, Joy-Con 2 straps, Nintendo Switch 2 dock, ultra high-speed HDMI cable, Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter, and a USB-C charging cable. A Mario Kart World bundle will also be available at launch. It comes with all of the above, plus a copy of the game. This will cost $499.99 or £429.99.
Let's go!
The Switch 2's flagship launch title looks set to be Mario Kart World, the first open-world Mario Kart game that will allow you to drive almost anywhere. Many new tracks were seen in the trailer, including one based on the original Donkey Kong game, and a metropolis that could be Super Mario Odyssey's new Donk City. The overworld's roads and track conditions will change due to the environment's changing weather and a day-night cycle. Up to 24 drivers in a race were confirmed, almost certainly leading to even more Mario Kart havoc. A new mode for Mario Kart World called Knockout Tour will be introduced. These will be longer races where you follow the checkpoints and have to remain near the leaders to avoid elimination and ultimately take the crown. You can also drive freely around the open world and meet up with friends. A photo mode will help document these adventures. New racing mechanics look set to be introduced. We see wall riding and grinding in the trailer, as well as what looks like Birdo transforming into a semi-truck and Mario eating a burger to transform into a different version of himself. I'm sure we'll find out what the hell is going on here soon enough. And that time could be 6 AM Pacific time on the 17th of April, where Mario Kart World will be having its very own Nintendo Direct stream. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will be getting its very own Switch 2 version, which allows you to take advantage of the new Joy-Con mouse controls. It would also be available to play in 2 different graphics modes. Quality mode allows for 4K 60 FPS with HDR enabled when docked, and 1080p 60 FPS handheld. Performance mode offers 1080p with HDR at 120 FPS docked, but 720p 120 FPS HDR when handheld. A new 3D Donkey Kong platformer called Donkey Kong Bonanza is heading to the Switch 2 on July 17th. It appears we'll be able to smash everything in it. Kirby Air Riders, a follow-up to the GameCube racing spin-off Kirby Air Ride, is also coming to the Switch 2. It'll be directed by legendary Super Smash Bros. Developer and Kirby creator Masahiro Sakurai. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will offer a virtual exhibition of the new hardware, as well as being filled with mini-games. This will not be packed into Switch 2 at launch though, but a paid-for game in its own right. Drag X Drive is a launch game that uses the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con mouse controls to enable 3-on-3 basketball-style matches. Then there are a bunch of existing Nintendo-published games that will be getting Switch 2 upgrades. These won't be free for existing owners, however, with paid upgrade packs being the barrier to entry. The list of Switch 1 games getting these upgrades so far includes Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV, the latter being an expansion centered around the Switch 2 camera and game chat additions, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, with both receiving enhanced resolution and frame rates, as well as HDR implementation. A new Zelda Notes section on the Nintendo Today app will also be added to let you look at Hyrule's map and easily share Tears of the Kingdom creations with other players. Kirby and the Forgotten Land will be receiving an upgrade, as well as the new Star-Crossed World Story expansion. And Pokemon Legends ZA will get its very own Switch 2 version with enhanced resolution when it arrives later in 2025.
Commencing launch.
But that's not it. During the Switch 2 Direct, a whole host of third-party games, both new and old, were revealed to be making their way to Nintendo's upcoming console. We've got them all for you here. Perhaps the biggest surprise of the whole Direct, From Software is making what looks like a spiritual successor to Bloodborne exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2, releasing in 2026. The Dusk Bloods looks like another dark action RPG from the Dark Souls developers, and we look forward to hearing much more about it when a Creator's Voice article from Miyazaki himself drops on the Nintendo Today app on April 4th. FromSoft's last game, Elden Ring, will also be making its way to Switch 2 with its Tarnished Edition. Hades 2 will arrive, presumably once it's out of early access. We finally got another little peek at Hollow Knight Silksong, which is listed for 2025. Street Fighter VI Years 1 and 2 Fighters Edition will also be available on day 1. Demon X Machina Titanic Scion will launch on September 5th. Split Fiction will also arrive at launch. Both the EAFC and Madden Sports Sims will also be on Switch 2. Hogwarts Legacy, complete with mouse controls, will be available at launch. The Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remakes will arrive in summer, as well as what looked like a tease for a SpongeBob level. The Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition will let us carry out contracts on the go. James Bond will make his way to Switch 2 when Project 007 is released by IO Interactive. A Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD remaster will launch alongside the Switch 2. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut is also a launch title and comes packed with new cutscenes. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, promises to tell the untold story of the imprisoning war when it arrives from Koei Tecmo this winter. Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 are also set for launch day. And Borderlands 4 will fire its way onto Switch 2 alongside its thousands of different ridiculous pieces of weaponry. Civilization 7 will be taking advantage of the Switch 2's mouse control at launch. And both WWE 2K and NBA 2K will both be making their way to the consoles as well. Survival Kids, a colourful co-op survival game, will be arriving at launch too. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition is on the way from CD Projekt Red, complete with its Phantom Liberty expansion. And Square Enix will also be bringing Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate to Switch 2 in all of its glory. There are also many more games shown to be on their way to the Switch 2. Let's rattle them off here, starting with Enter the Gungeon 2. Starseeker Astronaut Expeditions, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, Goodnight Universe, 2 Point Museum, Wild Hearts S, Witchbrook, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, Rune Factory Gardens of Azuma, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Star Wars Outlaws, Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition, Fast Fusion, Shadow Labyrinth, Raidu Remastered The Mystery of the Soulless Army, No Sleep for Kaname Date from The Somnium Files, Reanimal, Fortnite, Arcade Archives 2 Ridge Racer, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, Tamagotchi Plaza, and Human Fall Flat 2. But wait, there are more games, even older ones. Nintendo Online will continue over to Switch 2, and if you subscribe to the Plus expansion service, Switch 2 owners get exclusive access to a new classic game library, GameCube. There will be 3 titles at launch, including The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Yeah, it might not be the HD remaster that many have been crying out for, but at least it's a way of replaying the fantastic GameCube adventure on the go. Soul Calibur 2 is also a launch game along with F-Zero GX. What's more, multiplayer games like F-Zero GX will support 4-player local and online play. Games coming further down the line include Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Super Mario Strikers, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, and Pokemon Colosseum. A 3D Mario platformer was also shown during the Direct, but not the brand new one many were hoping for. Instead, Mario Sunshine will be available to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion subscribers in the future. All GameCube games benefit from superior image quality and improved resolution compared to the original versions. Additionally, a dedicated Switch 2 GameCube controller is coming, available exclusively to Nintendo Switch Online members. It'll connect wirelessly to Switch 2 and also has a C button for game chat. And finally, the big mystery of the Switch 2's C button was finally solved. Game Chat is a new party voice channel system for the Nintendo console that will allow players to talk to friends, and it all begins with a press of that button. The microphone on the top of the console promises to pick up players' voice over the top of background noise, whether it be busy traffic or a vacuum cleaner on the other side of the room.
Alright, let's keep going, it's coming. Let's make a left right here.
It will also allow players to share their screens with others, much like PlayStation's share screen tech, so that you can see what your friends are up to, or even help them with a particular puzzle. Game Chat, of course, comes with a price though, and that admission fee is Nintendo Online membership. That will only be the case after March 31st, 2026 however, as before then it'll be available to all Switch 2 owners for free. And that's all the important information we picked out from Nintendo's exclusive Switch 2 Direct. What games are you most excited to play on the upcoming console? Let us know in the comments, and for everything else Switch 2, stick with IGN.